Today, I'm going to be comparing the Distortion versus the shotgun in Roblox Rivals. If you want to know which one's better or which one you should unlock first, then be sure to watch until the end of the video. Also, side note, there's a new code in the game. It's Best Shooter Game. You verify that. Actually, you have to follow the developers on Twitter first. Let me do that. Or on Roblox. I'm just going to do that instead because I hate Twitter. But there we go. Yeah, you get this charm for all weapons. Here's what it looks like. It's nothing crazy, but it's limited time, so get it while you still can. And of course, I'm going to be giving away a legendary key bundle and a Season 1 bundle for 100,000 subscribers. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is like, subscribe, watch to the end of the video, and comment which one of the two you want. And without further ado, let's get on with this video. First up, we have the Distortion, and I'm pretty much going to go over the pros and the cons for all these guns and kind of compare both of them. So the main pro with the Distortion is kind of the fact that, you know, it can create a black hole that, you know, that's kind of the thing that this is known for. Yeah, let me see if I can get an example here. If I could find somebody here. Yep, there's a guy right there. I'm going to summon a black hole. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I forgot you have to wait for the cooldown. But yeah, this is pretty much like a shotgun itself. It's not like super crazy. The damage isn't super great, but it's not bad either. I mean, you get a lot of ammo with this thing, so you don't have to like reload or anything. That's one thing that I do like about this. Let me see if I can just... I don't have any trip mines left. Yep. Whoa, I thought that guy was alive. Where's this guy at, bro? I want to show off the black hole. You know what? I'm just going to show it off right here because I'm not going to get anywhere near him. That's what it looks like. Oh, get away from me, please. And basically, it gets people stuck in there, kind of like the freeze ray. This thing's very, very fun. I like it a lot. Well, I say I like it a lot. It's not super crazy, but one of the good things about this actually compared to the normal shotgun is that this thing's actually automatic. You hold down the click button and it just shoots for you, so you don't have to tap fire on this thing or anything like that. And that's kind of another thing that this thing has that, you know, that's good compared to the shotgun. You can just hold down your click button. You don't have to I almost got that guy in there. I think I wasn't close enough. Let me kill this guy real quick. Yep. Okay. Oh, there's two people on me. Oh no. Oh no. This chat's cracking me up, bro. A good thing about the ammo in this too is that, you know, you get 77 rounds, and I mean, you're not really going to spend all that in one match. So it's basically unlimited ammo. Not really, but kinda. Let me see if I can hit this guy a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this game. For me, though, the main, like, drawback, why am I on, like, Germany servers with, like, 50 FPS? All right, I'm leaving. The main problem with this thing right now is that it actually, you know, in order to get this thing right now, you have to buy the premium battle pass, which is like, it's a little less than 1,000 Robux, but I mean, it's still, it's Roblox, it's Robux regardless. As you can see, that's what the black hole looks like. That's the main upside to this thing, is that you can do that to people. Why are none of my shots landing? I mean, my cursor's like right on them. Okay, okay, there we go. Now I'm doing some damage. I have no idea what that was all about, but I think this guy's trying to knife me. Nope, not on my watch. So yeah, a lot of people, they can't afford to get this thing because it costs Robux, and that sucks. Now, after this season is over, this thing will be free to buy with like a certain amount of keys, which, as to how many keys that is, I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's going to be quite a bit. I can't lie. So we'll see how much keys this costs later, but in general, I'm going to say that the shotgun's probably going to be the cheaper option for sure. Oh, I just trapped myself. Oh no. Help, help. Okay. No, I can't get out of it. You used to be able to scythe out of it, but now I don't know if you can anymore. Yeah, that's the main problem with this thing. It costs way too much, and the damage is way too low for how much it costs. Like, I mean, the black hole's cool and all, right? But it's hard to pull off, I guess. You know, it takes a little bit of skill to know where you're aiming with this thing, and it's kind of a mess. Let me get this guy here. Boom. This is basically like if you've ever played other FPS games, it's kind of like the AA-12, because that's like an automatic shotgun. Let me see if I can kill this guy. Yeah, I just love like being able to hold down my left click and be able to just spam shoot these guys. It's very fun to use. That is one thing I will give this over the shotgun, is that it's a fun weapon to use. You know, shotgun's kind of basic. I wouldn't exactly call the shotgun boring, but this thing has some flavor to it, right? If this was like an ice cream, you know, it would be like the cookie dough, you know, kind of flavor, and then shotgun's just like vanilla or chocolate. Weird analogy for guns in a video game, but you know what? I'm just trying to make do with what I've got here. Very fun weapon to use, and it's also it's a very cool looking weapon as well. You know, it's like, it has a very futuristic vibe to it. I don't know how I'm killing these guys as much as I am. I usually suck at this video game, but at least, you know, when I'm using my minigun, I'm not too bad. Okay, I thought that guy was gonna walk forward a little bit. Die, please, die. That guy missed his Molotov completely. Okay, this guy, you can die, sir, right? He's trying to knife me. Goodbye. All right, we on match point now. Yeah, I know this thing, you can unlock a skin for it in the battle pass, so you can get a free skin for it too, if that's something that matters to you, which, I mean, I'm not really like a huge fan of cosmetics. I know some people, they love collecting cosmetics and, you know, they spend a lot of Robux on skins. Not exactly my thing, but if that's something you care about, you're like, oh, I have to have a skin for every weapon. Yeah, you can get one for free with this thing if you have the battle pass, which that's fun. I think you need the premium battle pass, which costs a little more Robux. I just destroyed those guys. I'm gonna say GG. So as you can see, it's not the worst weapon in the world, but you know, it is what it is. Next up, we have the shotgun. I'm in a game with a couple of pretty low-ranked players. Hopefully, they're not hackers, which, I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like they are. I haven't met the other guy yet, but we'll see. Yeah, the good thing about the shotgun is that, you know, it's a little more reliable than the distortion. You know, the damage is way more consistent on this thing, which I do like. As you can see, I'm kind of destroying these guys right now. Let me see, where's this guy at? Yep, there you are. He's got sniper, which is scary. I'll just push him and see what happens. 3 damage. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's another bad thing. You have to reload with this thing, which, I mean, that's kind of expected in a first-person shooter game, but it is what it is. I mean, when you have options like the distortion or the energy pistols, sometimes not reloading can be nice, and sometimes reloading can be kind of daunting. But the thing that I like to think about the distortion is that it's like basically the, how do I describe it? It's the energy pistols of primaries, and shotgun, you know, it's kind of like the assault rifle. Think of those two guns in like that kind of way. The shotgun, you know, it's very reliable. You have to reload, but with a distortion, that guy just froze himself. He just killed himself. Good job, buddy. Hold on. Maybe he's gonna push here. Maybe. Oh, there he is. Yeah, one thing that I do like about both of these guns that I will say is that the movement is very fast with both of these guns. You know, neither of these guns feel sluggish at all. You can move around with these things very nicely. The walk speed's nice, and of course, like the distortion's even faster. You know, in a general sense, because it's got that automatic capability. Oh my god! I just 3-tapped that guy. The headshots are crazy. Am I hacking like secretly? Nah, I'm too bad for that. That guy's just spamming his keyboard. This guy's so annoying, bro. He's just jumping in my face. There we go. It's 4-0. I've done 1,393 damage. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, I definitely will say after I've used the distortion a little bit, I kind of like, you know, at first I didn't really like the distortion that much, but the more I've used it, the more I'm like, you know, hey, this gun's kind of nice. You know, it's actually very, very good. Oh no, that's an RPG. I'm scared. Die, please. Yes. Can't hit me. Go in the air. There. It's 23. Oh my god. This guy's not bad for level 22. I'm pretty bad for my level because I can't hit any shots. Oh, yep. There we go. 5-0. GG. So I should say 5-0-0 because they didn't kill me a single time. Now, I know some of you might be curious about like the numbers. Oh, actually, I unlocked a wrap. Oh, sick. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna look at the stats a little bit. The damage, I want to compare that because the one thing that is interesting about the distortion compared to the shotgun is that the distortion actually doesn't have a drop off. The damage is consistent on all ranges. Does 6 damage times 5, so I guess there's like 5 pellets and it's 6 damage times that, which means if you hit everything, this thing can do 30 damage, but it shoots pretty fast, so it's not that big of a problem. As you can see with the shotgun, it can do like 75 damage to 25, but it does have a drop off that's 10 to 50 studs. But it is a little easier to hit your shots with the shotgun compared to the distortion, because with the shotgun, you know, it spreads a little bit tighter and it's just easier to hit your pellets. So yeah, you have that at least. Another thing interesting to know about the distortion is that it actually doesn't have a critical hit multiplier, so no headshots with this thing basically, which that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, the shotgun's got the critical hit multiplier, which lets you do some pretty crazy damage with this thing. Like I said, you know, you can pretty much 2-shot with this thing if you use it perfectly, like if you're right in their face and you hit every pellet to the head. So the damage can get pretty crazy with this thing, but it's kind of hard to do. This, it's like, you know, it's the spray and pray version of the shotgun in a way, right? So with this, you know, you just hold down the shoot button and you pray, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you know, that's kind of the fun of this thing. And of course, I keep calling it a black hole, but it's technically called the vortex. The cooldown cooldown for that's 30 seconds, which in terms of in-game time, that's actually a pretty long time. Most rounds match like maybe 2 minutes. Of course, the radius is 12, which I think is kind of small, but I don't think the vortex should be super OP anyway, because it can get pretty scary, especially if you place like the Molotov on there. You can burn them up pretty fast. So the Distortion has that going for it, which I really do like. Let me see if I can show a little example of what I'm talking about on some of these test dummies. So you put that on there. So the Molotov, they're stuck in there, so they're kind of just burning alive, and you can shoot at them. It would be an easy kill pretty much, and that's one thing that's pretty fun about this, which again, it's gonna probably take some practice to really get that down, but once you have that down, it's, you know, it's very nice. This is a very cool gimmick gun, right? So which one's better between the two? I think it's actually really close. They're both pretty equally matched. I would say though generally the shotgun is slightly better, mostly because it's more accessible to the general player. You know, you don't have to pay for it. It's a free weapon. You can unlock it for a couple keys. But I guess we'll see once the Distortion comes to the actual weapon shop and you can buy it for keys and not have to buy the battle pass. We'll see how good it is then, because then maybe it'll be a different story. But for now, I'm gonna give the slight nudge to the shotgun. See that video on screen? Yeah, YouTube thinks that you'd like it, so go ahead, give it a click, and if you did enjoy the video, drop a like and subscribe.